The last time I made a video on Tales of Tanorio, which is an upcoming creature capture game on Roblox, they actually had included me in a small teaser of a new Tanorian that they were revealing, and in this small teaser they actually revealed a Tanorian that had the lit necklace. However, the Tanorian only had the lit necklace for the purpose of that video. In today's video, Tales of Tanorio actually dropped a Twitter post the other day that so far has received over 25,000 views, 500 likes, and plenty of comments. Before talking about that specific tweet, I want to talk about one that they actually did a week ago. On February 12th, the Tales of Tanorio development team went onto Twitter and they basically said the insane support is always appreciated. We've been working incredibly hard on growing the world of Tanorio thanks to you. Here's a poster with some unknown tamers you'll get to grow familiar with during your journey. More news soon. And this tweet had 40,000 views, 700 likes, and this is the poster that they basically revealed. In the poster you can see 4 different Tanorians and you can see 4 different trainers. And of course in this poster you can see a fan favorite Tanorian, which is Plat Agent, a Tanorian that's basically inspired by Perry the Platypus from Phineas and Ferb. I'm not gonna lie, the fact that there's a Tanorian inspired on Phineas and Ferb already makes this so great, and ultimately this poster just looks insane. Now let's talk about the huge reveal that Tales of Tanorio basically did yesterday. The Tales of Tanorio development team went onto Twitter and they basically said, your continued support is greatly appreciated by the Tales of Tanorio team. A roadmap of our current plans for Tales of Tanorio can be found below. As Tanorio's world expands, we cannot wait to see you soon. And this is basically the roadmap. So now let's go over the roadmap and let's see what's in store for Tales of Tanorio. I will say though, it's kind of a bit disappointing that there is literally not a single date to this roadmap. Okay, so we basically have a roadmap of what to expect and what's going to happen, but there's pretty much not a single date as to when any of this is going to happen. So for all we know, the first thing can happen in a month and the last thing can happen in like 3 years. I highly doubt that this is going to be the case, but still. The roadmap is divided into 5 things: the development team stream, the release week trailer, the launch day, update 1, and update 2. With the development team stream, there's basically going to be a Q&A with the developers of the team, more exclusive teasers of the game itself, content that we have not seen before, and a few minutes of gameplay footage. This is actually something that Tales of Tanorio has been receiving a lot of criticism for. They've been hyping the game for a couple of months by showing Tanorians, by showing how mechanics are going to work, but one thing that they have never shown is any gameplay footage of the game. So the fact that Tales of Tanorio is finally going to release some gameplay footage of the game is something to look forward to. The reason why I'm saying this is because of the gameplay footage that they show is actually not entertaining. This could have a very big impact on how the game is going to perform and how people are going to actually think of the game itself. Part 2 of the roadmap is basically the release week trailer. With the release week trailer, they're going to reveal even more Tanorians, more gameplay footage, and with these reveals, they won't be spoiling the story nor ruining the playthrough of the game. Going back to what I said earlier, this is going to be very interesting how they reveal even more stuff without ruining the essence of the game. In comparison to Lumion Legacy, Tales of Tanorio has revealed a lot of things. This makes me believe that there's plenty more for them to even reveal. However, it does eventually get concerning that they've been revealing a lot, because of course you don't want the entire game to be revealed before you even play it, but as they basically assure, there's going to be no story spoilers nor ruin the essence of the playthrough. On the launch day, the game is going to be releasing with over 60 discoverable Tanorians. This is actually huge because that's a very big number of different Tanorians that you can catch. Other than the 60 discoverable Tanorians, we will be able to challenge the first 2 stadiums of the game, and I'm assuming that the stadium owners are known as Rhea and Manzi, so it's gonna be very interesting how that ends up being. Lumion Legacy originally released with 1 battle theater and 3 months later they dropped the second one. Tales of Tanorio right off the bat is releasing with 2 different stadiums, so I'm assuming there's going to be over 1 hour of playable content when the game is out. In the launch day, Tales of Tanorio is also going to release the trade hub, and other than trading, there's going to be new mechanics and new secrets to discover. This is not really saying much, so I'm just interested to see how this ends up being. And at the end of the segment, it basically says replayability. No idea how that's going to work either, so do look forward to that and do look forward to see if Tales of Tanorio actually stays true to its word. Moving on to update 1, it's basically a continuation of the journey, and with the first update they plan to release even 20 more Tanorians, and here it says discover a strange corporation. This is going to be very interesting because the main antagonist of the story will not appear until we beat the second stadium, so I do hope that the story throughout the first 2 stadiums is actually interesting rather than a bit bland and boring. Then it proceeds to say challenge Alabaster. I have no idea if Alabaster is the stadium owner or just some random NPC that plays some sort of part in our story. Of course, we'll have to wait and see how that goes. And with the first update, they're releasing the PvP hub, which is basically the equivalent of the Battle Coliseum, where we're pretty much going to fight our friends using an innovative new formula, something that clearly has caught my attention. But as I've said before, I got no idea what to expect, no clue what an innovative new formula is. We'll just have to wait and see for that. And at the end of the segment, it basically says Guardian Reversion. And then it mentions the second update, and they pretty much tease the fact that that we're going to be able to discover the depths of the first dungeon. This is something that I'm really looking forward to. Tales of Tanorio has revealed the dungeons before, so the fact that we may be able to see how the dungeons look for the first time ever is something to keep in mind. And they end up the roadmap by saying more replay value. This Tales of Tanorio roadmap is very elaborate, however, they are withholding a lot of information and a lot of things that we have no idea what they could be. So I guess the only way to find out what's going to happen is just to wait until they finally release the game. I do look forward to see how the story is. Many creature capture games lack in the story, so if Tales of Tanorio actually has a great story for us, this could be very beneficial and very good for the game itself. With all that being said though, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Armenti, and we lit.